Yo, what going on? What going on? Welcome to life, living it from experience. I am Jabo, and God is my vision. So, a lot of people be asking me, could they see how my eye look? And they be like, well, what happened to your eye? I was like, well, if you check out my YouTube page, you will get the background on what I went through in prison. First and foremost, hope everybody had a great weekend. Everybody was safe. Everybody woke up to another blessed day. I was at HSP, which is Hancock State Prison. I was at the facility for about 2 years, and how we communicate with our family was through the horn. And you can call your family and ask them, can they get you a green dot card? Now, a green dot card, for those that don't know, it's a 14-digit reloadable card. Or should I say a 14-digit card. You can load it to a reloadable card, which is the 16-digit Visa card. And our families were getting these cards from Walgreens, CVS. And we used those cards behind a wall for commissary, or in Georgia, we had horns, whatever you wanted to smoke, gas, cigarettes, you know what I'm saying? We used that card to purchase things behind the wall. Now, my family sent me a $35 14-digit green dot card. And I gave it to somebody else for some commissary. I was on the west side of the prison. And all the officers that was Caucasian was racist. When I say they was racist, they'll call you a boy. They'll call you the N-word. They'll say all type of things to make you mad so you can get more time for putting your hands on them. So I had got me a green dot card, $35 green dot card from my family. And I was waiting for my food to come across the yard, the big yard. Because where I was getting my food from was the tent. I wasn't in the tent at the time. And we had a Caucasian young officer. He was outside with us on the big yard. Multiple officers watched the big yard while we were on the big yard. The activities that go on the big yard, everything goes down in the big yard. Everything. Whether you're working out, playing basketball, playing football, baseball, soccer, fighting, stabbing, smoking, all that goes down, vibing, just walking around the big yard, all that goes down in the big yard. But it was time for us to come in. We had like 5 more minutes for us to come in the dorm. so they can do their count. I'm standing against the wall by myself, and I see my food coming across the yard. 2 net bags full of food and hygiene. So the Caucasian young officer was like, all right, y'all got 5 minutes to come in. Everybody said, all right, except for me. I ain't responding to him, so he looked at me. He's like, I know you hear me, Davis. I just threw my hand up like, all right. So it's taking this man a long time to come across this yard. He's stopping, talking to everybody else. I'm being patient. Who I'm getting my food from is another inmate. Let's make that clear. So 5 minutes old with, and the young Caucasian officer, he was like, all right, it's time to come in. It's time to come in. Everybody going outside. Can I wait for I get my food? My food coming right now. He said, nah, boy, it's time to come in. I looked at him crazy like, nigga, please. Who it bro talking to? Man, he tripping. I let it go. I like, all right, he called me a boy. Okay. Everybody laughing. Everybody think it's funny. I'm still waiting for my food and my hygiene to come across this yard. He getting closer to me. You feel me? Plus, he's an orderly. You know what I'm saying? So I could have waited to get my food, but anything can happen while you on lockdown doing count time. A war can pop off. Anything can happen. I ain't trying to take that risk. So he's like, I know you hear me, boy. I like, go on with that, bro. Go on with that. I ain't got time for that. Go on with that. I got too much time to be dealing with people like you. So he was like, oh, he think this a game. Nigga boy. And I looked him in his eyes. And he was like, Davis, you don't scare me. Just because you be out here on this big yard working out, you don't scare me. I'll put these hands on you, boy. I was like, man, I ain't disrespect you, man. Time. So I let that go. I was trying to hold myself in. I was like, I don't want to do it. And I had 2 picks on me. Between my belt and my stomach, right up under my shirt. So by the time the other inmate came towards the gate that was open of the big yard, I walked towards the gate. He was like, Davis, don't walk that way, and grab that. I like, bro, I've been waiting patiently. You letting everybody else get their items off this big yard. You letting everybody else roam around, but you want to pick at me. So he was like, boy, I told you. Everybody laughing about the situation. I'm like, well, why y'all take this funny? Y'all think this funny because he calling me a boy? He calling me the N-word? Why y'all taking this funny? How is this funny to y'all? And they was like, man, let that go, 305, let that go. I was like, man, this ain't funny, bro. Like, I'm really trying to hold myself in because my family just sent me some money to get something, and I'm trying to get it off this big yard. And y'all thinking it, so the more y'all laughing, the more he laughing, thinking it's funny as well. And y'all allow him to say these certain words, like he beyond himself. So they're like, man, let that go, 305, just get your stuff and come on in, bro. I was like, all right, man, because y'all doing too much. I was young at the age of time that this incident happened. I was like, I was about 20 years old, 21 years old. 10 years in prison, I don't have no sympathy for nobody. 10 years in prison, everybody my enemies. That's how I always looked at it. And once I grabbed my stuff, I appreciate it. I grabbed both of my bags and I said appreciate it. And the officer was like, nigga, didn't I tell your blind ass not to grab that boy? And he put his hand on my shoulder, on my right shoulder. He put his hand on my right shoulder and pushed me. When he pushed me, I hit my face on a pole. And that pole is attached to the gate. I hit my face on a pole. I just froze for a minute. And I heard him laughing. And another white officer was laughing with him as well. This is when I defend myself, because you called me out my name multiple times. I never disrespected you at all. You called me out my name multiple times. I never disrespect you. And then you got the nerve to put your hands on me and push me into a pole to make me hit my face on this pole. I dropped everything I had in my hand. Everything. I lift my shirt up, grab both of my picks. If y'all don't know what a pick is, I said it in my last video. You can use it to cut up lettuce and all that. You feel what I'm saying? Long, sharp object. And at the end of it, it's like a pencil. I'm not going to say what exactly it is, but I'm going to call it a pick. I pulled both of my picks out, grabbed my handles real tight, looked at him, and attacked him. I attacked him so many times, I blacked out. I don't know how many times I hit him. I don't know where I hit him at. At that moment, I didn't. But I blacked out and I attacked him. You heard yelling going on, female officers yelling. The male Caucasian officer that was laughing with him was yelling. And all you hear on the radio is lockdown. I lost it because you put your hands on me and you called me out my name multiple times. All I remember after that was getting hit with batons and thrown on the floor. Somebody had their foot on my head and I was getting hog-tied. I was lifted off the floor and one of the officers hit me in my face again with a baton. I have no way of hitting this officer back because I'm hog-tied. And I'm lifted off the floor by multiple officers. I was hit in my face multiple times. I was taken to the hole. Once they threw me in the hole, they literally still had me hog-tied. Threw me in the hole. My face hit the back of the wall. It's a vent, like I said, a long vent that got holes in it. That's at every facility. And my face hit it. All I felt was baton and feet in my face the whole entire time. I was placed in a room by myself. I was hog-tied for at least 3 or 4 days. with no food. I done urine on myself, all that. I'm not embarrassed. I wasn't fed for 3 days until the warden came to the hole. We had a black warden. He came to the hole. He was like, why is this room smelling like this? I was quiet. I couldn't get out that hog tie because I had handcuffs still on me and I had ropes around my arms and my legs. The one opened the door. All I heard was, why is Davis in handcuffs hog tied with ropes and his face is bruised? And it smelled like urine in this room. So he went off. He started yelling at the officers, asking who was working the day that they put him in this hole, asking me what happened. I couldn't talk. I was still in pain after 3 days. So the warden himself took the handcuffs off me, took the ropes off me. They sent me to infirmary. They cleaned me up, let me take a shower, put me in this bed, infirmary. They put me in a little bed that was comfortable. It was kind of cold in there, but they gave me a blanket. All I seen was brown spots just floating, and both of my eyes. I couldn't see that well. They putting drops in my eyes. I sat in infirmary for like a week. Then they sent me to Augusta State Medical Prison. That's also a prison as well, but they have a bigger infirmary there for like people that get stabbed or any medical condition you have, you will go to that facility. And they got a hospital inside there as well. And they have doctors that come from the free world and they're coming in and treat inmates on all the medical conditions that you have. So they were doing like, surgery on my eyes and stuff like that. And only one of my eyes got better, which is my right eye. At that moment, I lost vision in my left eye. What was going through my mind was what happened at the last facility I was at. When a dude tried to aura four-letter me, and I said this in my last video, and I stabbed him in his left eye, I feel like God took my vision in my left eye because I took another man's vision in his left eye. But God still gave me life, even though I didn't get that other person life. God still gave me life. That's why I always say God is my vision. You feel what I'm saying? Because whatever I go through in life, it's like whenever I'm walking, He is actually moving my feet while I'm walking. Whenever I need to see and look at things, He is my vision. He helps me to look around. You feel me? Look at my surroundings. And that day, that was all on my mind. When I took somebody else's life for self-defense, protecting myself. I stayed at Augusta State Medical Prison for like 3 weeks in infirmary. They sent me back to Hancock State Prison, which is located in Sparta, Georgia. It was crazy to me because they put me back in a hole. And they said they didn't want me on the compound for a minute. But the orderly, he was from Miami. So he came and asked me if I'm all right, I'm good. I was like, yeah. He was like, you want to do something about that situation? I was like, definitely. Definitely. I can't see out my left eye now. And he was like, what? Nah, bro. So he went out there in the day room and yelled out, everybody that's from Miami, we all going to the same dorm. I'm going to make sure of it. And we're going to take care of this situation for 305. He can't see out his left eye. They took his left eye. You hear people banging on the door. Boom, 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 boom. You hear people yelling. Nah, 305. Nah, 305. Bro, you all right? Want me to send you something? People sending me stuff. Food, hygiene. I'm getting extra plates of food because of the orderly. I was in a hole for like 3 or 4 more days. But the orderly, what he said he was going to do, that's what he did. He talked to the warden. The warden got us all out the hole. Everybody else from Miami that was on that list that he made got all us out of the hole, sent us back to the west side of the camp, and we went to the tents. Now, the tents is known like, okay, these are actual tents. When you walk into a tent, you got the officer desk to the left side. You have chairs, a TV, ice cooler. All that's on the other side of the officer desk. And on the right side, you have the telephones, more chairs, and a TV. And when you look at the tent and the inside, you got beds lined up. 4 rows of beds lined up. In the back, you have the sinks on the wall with the mirrors. Between each bed is locker boxes stacked up on top of each other. You got lights at the top of the tent, and you have the showers and the toilets in the back of the tent, but it's a wall that separates the showers and the toilets. If you in the shower, you can see who on the toilet. But how we was doing it, we'll have a rod going from one wall to the other, and we'll make our own shower curtains with our sheets so nobody can see us in the shower. Or if you on a toilet, you will get a stick with a towel connected to it or a sheet connected to it. And you'll have something on each side of that stick so it'll hold the stick up and nobody can see you on the toilet. We try to make our own privacy. So I walk in the tent. They show me where my bed at. I make my bed up. The officer called me to the front, which is a lady. She is in this dorm with multiple men. And she the only officer in this tent. But everybody get along with her. Everybody was cool with her. I ain't gonna say her name. Everybody was cool with her. So she called me to the front, and I was like, yes. She was like, you know that officer that you stabbed up? I was like, yeah. What happened with that situation? So I told her the situation, told her I lost my eye because of that situation. I was like, did he die? She was like, nah, he ain't die. He survived. But you hit him 38 times. I was like, I hit him 38 times? She like, you don't remember? I said, nah, blacked out. He put his hands on me and my head hit the pole. I blacked out. So she was like, well, I hope you don't do that to me. She tried to make a joke about it. I wasn't really laughing about the situation. But I tried to write a grievance. A grievance is when you get into it with an inmate or a staff member at that facility and you want to write a statement on them. I wanted a lawsuit because I was attacked first. He was antagonizing me and I reacted. But people say, oh, you write statements? Yes, I do. When it comes to the government and my life, yes, I do. And you taking my left eye? Yes, I do. And when I wrote that grievance, I tried to send it to my family, let them know what I was going through, what was going on. My family never received my mail. I called my family off my horn. I had my own horn. I called my family off my horn. Asked them, did they receive my mail? It's been over a week. My family never received that grievance. I wrote statements and all. I told them exactly what happened. They never sent my mail out. So every time I sent out some mail after I had an altercation with this officer, my family never received my mail. So anytime my family receive any type of communication with me, it's through my horn. 9. I done wrote multiple grievance. And my family saying they never received my mail. So this is where I'm fed up at. So I sent out a word to everybody from Miami. And I said that I'm about to retaliate. Because the same officer that I had an altercation with, they put him back on the compound on the same side as me, but in the tent that was right across from me. Now his face was messed up from his head, from the top of his forehead to his chest. His shoulders, all that was messed up. He couldn't turn around, like his neck. He couldn't turn around, none of that. Lieutenant Plex was an African-American officer at that facility. And I was told that on camera, Lieutenant Plex and 2 other Caucasian officers were the ones that was beating me in my face with batons and kicking me in my face. That wasn't supposed to be told to me, but that came from the ward. And asked me if I want to press charges. And I said, yes. And he said, you have the rights to. The warden said out of his mouth, you had the rights to. He know that his officers were dirty. He know that his officers did what they want to do when he went home. So since my message didn't get out to my family, even though I told them on the phone what was going on, since my message didn't get out to my family of that paper that I wrote my statements on, that was telling the truth with my signature, date, and signed, I wanted to retaliate. And this was around the same time some gang members started a riot. Now, I was a part of one of these group gang members who had a riot, who went to war against each other. But at that time, I wasn't part of that war because I had something else going on. And I told them I had something else going on. They wanted to ride with me, but that was too much to be going against the whole staff and this other gang. So everybody else from Miami rode with me against the staff, and my ex-brothers rode against the gang at that same time. And I was already stamped in all facilities across Georgia that I was a gang member. And I had some type of rank. Now, once this situation happened, I was pinpointed as the ringleader for everything. And I wasn't even a part of the gang fight, the gang war. But I was the ringleader for that as well. I was the ringleader for attacking the staff. And I didn't attack all the staff. I just attacked the ones that attacked me. And people say I was wrong for what I did, but I was young as well. I didn't have no type of understanding. I didn't take no BS from nobody. And I stayed in that hole for 9 months. No visitation, no nothing. Every time my family wanted to come see me, they couldn't because I was in a hole. When they called my phone was off, put up, because I was in a hole. Couldn't use my horn or nothing. So I was the ringleader for everything that was going on. And the war, he was disappointed. He was disappointed. But I told him I was going to react. And the only thing he said was, you have rights to press charges. He didn't say you have rights to attack my staff members. He just said you have rights to press charges. And since things didn't go my way with my grievance getting sent out to my family, I went to plan B. Because plan A ain't work out for me. That ain't get me nowhere. Plan B, that ain't get me nowhere either. But I be being young, no understanding, I had to do what I had to do. I was the only one that stayed in the hole for 9 months. Everybody else got out the hole or got transferred. When I got out the hole, they put me on the east side of the compound. Therefore, I was on the east side, and within 2 days, I was transferred to another facility. That's how I lost my vision in prison. I was in multiple altercations at different facilities that made my vision worse. But how it started is by a Caucasian officer attacking me, calling me out my name multiple times, then putting his hands on me, making me hit my face on a pole. I tried to write grievance on him and statements on Lieutenant Plex, which was an African-American officer who acted as if he was a Caucasian officer, kissing ass to all the Caucasian officers at Hancock State Prison. Going through so much in prison, you actually think about it. And when you think about it, it's like something you don't want to go through again. I don't allow people to feel sorry for me, for my vision, because I put myself in that predicament. But I always wanted to have surgery on my vision. I hope this video opened a lot of people's eyes. Because I want to have surgery one day on my vision so I can be able to see again, see better again. That's why I ask for everybody's support. To like, comment, and share my videos. Invite 2 other people to subscribe to my channel. If you could, invite more than that. I just want everybody to see what I went through in 10 years. What I experienced in 10 years, because it's a lot to be said. A lot to be said. Financial support. My Cash App is attached. Like I always said, $1 a day, it won't hurt. We all struggling. Some people just need that support to keep going. Motivation, meditation, something I love giving. God is my vision. I want y'all to subscribe and keep following my videos. just to see what I went through when I was behind those walls and what a lot of people experience